Hi, welcome to today's lesson. We practice and review today. Our learning target is I can use the lowest common denominator method to add and subtract unlike fractions. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. Our first example, 1/2 plus 3/14. Do you remember what it is we have to do first? That's right. We're going to ask ourselves, is one denominator a multiple of the other? So let's take a look at our denominators. Is one denominator a multiple of the other? Yes, right again. Okay, so 14 is a multiple of 2. In other words, we can multiply 2 times something and get 14. And what do we multiply 2 by to get to 14? That's right. 2 times 7 is 14. So let's multiply both the top and bottom numbers of this first fraction 1/2 by 7. And we'll get 7/14. That's an equivalent fraction to 1/2. Let's go ahead and copy down the rest of the problem. 3/14 already had 14 in the denominator, and so we don't have to change it at all. And here we have two fractions. They share a common denominator, so let's add the numerators. 7/14 plus 3/14 is 10/14. Our final check, is this in simplest form? No, it's not. We need to simplify. How do we simplify 10/14? You got it. We're going to divide 10 and 14 by the same number. What number is that? Yes, the number is 2. 2 is the greatest common factor of 10 and 14. And if you didn't already know that, we've learned a strategy for finding out. We factor both numbers. So all the factors of 10 are 1, 10, 2, and 5. And all the factors of 14 are 1 times 14 and 2 times 7. And the biggest factor that they have in common is 2. And so we use it to divide and simplify. 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 14 divided by 2 is 7. Final answer, 5/7. Let's try one more. All right, here we have, subtraction. 6/7 minus 2/3. How do we start? Yes, that's right. We ask ourselves, is one denominator a multiple of the other? And so let's look at our denominators. Nope. 7 is not a multiple of 3. In other words, 3 times nothing is going to get us 7. It doesn't work. And so we have to use, let me move myself over here. We have to use our table. Let's find the lowest common multiple of 7 and 3. So I'll use blue. We'll write 7 here in the first column and 3 in the second. And let's start finding some multiples. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. Let's stop there and shift over to 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. Do we see any common multiples yet? No. Let's keep going. We're not even close to 21, though, so let's use 3 and just keep getting bigger and bigger. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. Still nothing. Are we going to have to add on a times 6 and a times 7? I think so. Let's see here. 3 times 6 is 18, and 3 times 7 is 21. And there we have it. Our lowest common multiple of 7 and 3 is 21. So let's use it. All right. Let's see. 7 we multiplied by 3. So let's do 7 times 3. And since we're going to multiply the 7 times 3, we should multiply the 6 times 3 as well in order to keep our new fraction equivalent to our old fraction. And let's see here. We multiplied 3 times 7. So let's multiply the 3 times 7. And because we did that, let's multiply 7 times the top number, again, to keep our new fraction equivalent. And let's make our equivalent fractions. What are the two new equivalent fractions for 6/7 and 2/3? You got it. Let's see. 6/7 turns into 18/21, right? 3 times 6 and 7, 3 times 7. And 2/3 turns into, let's see, 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. And we'll subtract. 18/21 minus 14/21 is, that's right, 4/21. Last check. Is this in simplest form? It is. Great job. You did it. And we've added and we've subtracted, unlike fractions, using the lowest common denominator method. All right, I'm going to work with you today if you need help. Otherwise, let's keep on practicing. Today's learning target was I can use the lowest common denominator method to add and subtract, unlike fractions. Let's get to work.